So.
But this is People's Politics, so let's see what the people have to say. People's Politics, what do the people have to say?
Hey, panel, long-time viewer, first-time caller. How you doing tonight?
All right.
Pretty good.
Great. I had a question for your guest.
Okay.
The television channel that he's appearing on right now has its board of directors directly installed by the mayor. I would like to know, if elected, who, if anybody specific, or what types of people he would appoint to the board of Houston Media Source to help it grow and become a bigger and better place for free speech.
It's a great
I'll hang up and
question.
listen to the response.
Great
Well,
question.
thank you.
I think the smartest move I would have would be to consult the people that do the programming and are the producers here at Houston Media Source, because they would give me inside observations about the operations and the people, and it'd be silly to go somewhere else for advice.
Right.
It's true. You could always start here because we're award-winning producers here at Houston Media Source. So.
Yes.
But getting back to some of the other issues that we've discussed with the candidates, as you heard us talking about with City Councilmember Johnson, what are your ideas as far as improving, let's say, some of the infrastructure, transportation, some of the daily operations in the city?
Okay, I've been angry for years about how they tore up all the rail that was in place and pretty much ripped up the potential for having a in-place system. Like they tore down the rail station downtown and put Minute Maid Park. We had an intact system in place, and they methodically took it apart so we wouldn't have a rail system. And it's intrusive the way they put the rail system in now, and there's nothing but complaints, and people's properties are damaged and everything. In the meanwhile, where they had these rails, they tore them up and they put hike and bike trails.
Well, what's the solution then? How can we go about improving it then?
Well, I stole an idea from a guy that was in this election. He was promoting the idea of monorail.
Oh, okay.
My idea is to put monorail where the bike and hike trails are, and that way you don't lose the bike and hike, but you gain the rail, and you don't tear people's houses up, you don't ruin their properties, you aren't intrusive, and you get the transportation done. And for a downtown transportation hub, I'd really like to thank Bill White for making Discovery Green the perfect spot to have monorail come in and drop people off. It would look like Disneyland. It would really sparkle up the place a lot.
That would be kind of nice.
Yeah.
Well, let's see what the people have to say. People's Politics, what do the people have to say?
Hi, good evening, People's Politics. How are y'all?
We're doing okay. How about yourself?
Great. My question for your candidate is, as we saw with the presidential election, younger voters turned out in bigger numbers. How does your campaign candidate, your platform, appeal to the younger voters?
That's a great question. Thank you, caller.
Thank you.
For one thing, a lot of people get in trouble when they're young.
Okay.
It's true.
And if they can stay outside the system, then they can have a greater ability to have a productive life and be happy. And you grow gangsters in prison, and you grow developed, happy people outside of prison. So I want more people. I want to select the people that choose to be career criminals, the people that really do victimize people, that hurt and harm. I don't want to be soft on them. I want to make sure that they aren't kicked out of their accommodations because there's overcrowding. I want to make sure there's availability for them, and people that aren't like that don't have to deal with them. And they don't have to be recruited in their gangs for foot soldiers.
That is important. Yeah. Some people say, they went in on a traffic violation and came out a well-trained felon.
Yeah.
We hear about it all the time. Some other issues that the mayor is going to have to deal with is, let's say, the budget, as well as immigration. Some people will say it would go hand in hand because you have the immigrant base, which is some say is a pull on the economy in Houston, while some people say that they're a major contributing factor to the economy here in Houston. First of all, where do you stand on that issue? Do you think they're a greater contributor or pulling, or that's a great one, detriment to the economic basis?
I don't have any problem with people that work hard and live a law-abiding life. People that are vicious need to go into the criminal justice system regardless of their immigrant status. And if they're in this country illegally, then after they serve their hard time, I don't want to send them off too early. I don't really want to come back. I want to deport them then.
Okay.
Now, I know we talked to our other candidates for mayor, and just like earlier, we were talking about the whole Chicago Olympic situation. What would you do as mayor to help bring business and events to the city of Houston?
Well, we have we have one of the best communities in the world. We have a really diverse community. We have the third largest consular corps in the United States, whether or not you're aware of that. Only New York and Washington, D.C. have more. We have representatives with these people from all over the country because they have citizens in this country. It's really cosmopolitan metropolis. And what we need to do is we need to emphasize that we have access to water. We have Clear Lake, we have Conroe, we have Galveston, we have cultural things in place like, if you want opera, if you want rock and roll, if you want go to Aerosol Warfare and see graffiti art, or if you want to go see fine art. There's a wide spectrum. There's a lot of artists. You have every kind of sports facility in town. You have all the pros. You have a large number of community-based, local league softball, baseball, football teams. Whatever you want's here. And the thing about it is it's real easy to start a business here and develop it, and we want to keep it easy for businesses to start. Keep the red tape to a minimum amount so that it can cost you a lot of money if you're going through a lot of red tape to occupy a space that you can't use. And we want the people that are here to tell the people that they know from wherever they came what a great place Houston is, and we want to make sure that this city is a great place.
It's true. Well, I had a question for you. Now, you mentioned earlier that I guess you're in favor of decriminalizing marijuana.
Medical marijuana.
Medical marijuana. So that would be good for the economy, in your opinion? Do you think that would be something that you would want to see taxed in the Houston area?
I think as an agricultural product that it should be taxed as like tomatoes or whatever.
Okay.
I think that if you have a medical need for marijuana, which I think most users do, or otherwise they wouldn't be using it. I mean, especially adults or whatever, they might have depression or anxiety or some kind of chronic disease or condition. They should either be able to grow their own, or they ought to be able to buy it like another grocery or herb in the whatever kind of licensed facility would handle it, and pay a sales tax instead of $50 an ounce or something, which would be ridiculous because it is a medicinal herb.
Okay. So would you also, I guess, bring gambling to Houston as another?
Oh, I don't know about gambling. I'm fine with gambling in Galveston as long as it's bringing money to Texas.
All right, let's take this last caller for the day.